I'll provide a little background, then get into the story. I'll try to be succinct, but make no promises. I'm still really pissed off. So, my girlfriend, we'll call her Audrey, and I met in high school. We started dating in college. We both came off brutal breakups and kind of gravitated towards each other in the moment. I love her deeply, but our relationship has been tough for sure. We both dragged a lot of baggage in, and our relationship is made of alternating rocky and smooth patches. She got accepted to a fairly prestigious coding school in April. I actually planned on applying to it, but received a job offer I couldn't refuse. She had just been let go from her job. I encouraged her to apply instead, and she got in. The thing is, she had a ton of debt from school and unpaid credit cards, so she had no money and her credit score was garbage. Her parents refused to help, so I co-signed a loan with her, about $14K, and I paid a $2,000 deposit to get her in the class, and about $140 a month as part of a loan agreement. I've spent a little over $2,500 for her. I also let her live in my house for free, and I've been buying her birth control and her other prescriptions and all her food, her shampoo, you name it. Over the summer, she started to get a little weird. They're all red flags now, but at the time, she had always had an excuse and nothing seemed particularly amiss. Changed the password on her phone, being aloof, quick to get annoyed, stuff like that. Now, the last few months or so, she's been driving into the city where her coding school is, about a 20-minute drive from my house, and staying there for days on end. I'll call the town Houston. This isn't in Texas, FYI. She kept telling me that gas was getting expensive, and she gets so much done while she's down there that it made sense. Some of the people in her class had a house together, and she said she would be staying with them. It started to be a problem because she would just go silent for 48 hours at a time, never returning texts or calls. We would fight about it when she finally came home, and then she would say things like, "I know it's not okay. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. It won't happen again." And then it would happen again. We also live in a state with legal marijuana, and she started smoking green tea all the time. Within a few months, went from rarely smoking to smoking multiple times a day. Wake and bake. Smoke before bed. Smoke to do homework. I did it with her a lot, but only because she would ask. I hardly initiated it. She kept getting distant, like I mentioned above. When she was home, she would sleep till 3 p.m., come down, get breakfast, go back to sleep. Wake up, spend an hour getting ready in private, then pack her stuff up and go back to Houston to work on stuff. She also refused to have sex with me. I think we've done it twice since April. She kept saying she wanted to have sex with me, but didn't want to actually have sex with me. A moment of hubris on Reddit. But I'm a fairly good-looking guy. I hit the gym a lot. I'm in good shape. I think I'm sexually attractive. Audrey kept telling me that her antidepressants were destroying her libido, and I bought another prescription for her to counteract it. It didn't work. She kept telling me, "Well, I wanted to do it yesterday, but I was on my period." Or, "Well, I wanted to do it, but you were already asleep, so I didn't." It got to the point that I said I didn't want to hear about her intentions, because they didn't mean anything to me anymore. I think you can tell we were having issues. But I thought they were temporary, and we were working through them. I thought the stress of class was pushing her to limits we hadn't experienced. But it's been 6 years. We've had way worse issues before, and I thought we were working on it. I wasn't particularly satisfied with our relationship, but I thought maybe if I could hold out, she could get a job after she graduated her school and get some money, chip away at her debt, feel fulfilled professionally, maybe help curb her depression, and I could get my old Audrey back. Depression Audrey has been a real hassle, but I love her and I wanted to make it work. I didn't want to abandon her just because it got hard. About a year and a half ago, I broke it off with her because she was showing signs of codependency. For those who don't know, it's the person who derives all their personal value from another person. So she only feels pretty if I tell her she's pretty. She needs a person to validate her existence, etc. The manifestation of those feelings are nothing you do is ever good enough. They'll always find something you could have done better and nag at you and make you feel guilty for not doing more for them. They need to spend every waking second with you. Anytime you spend away, they'll resent you for it and believe that that time is for them. It was driving me crazy, so I broke it off and told her that the depression is getting too severe for me to handle. I needed space and she needed to try and work on her crap on her own. She went to therapy, was put on antidepressants, admitted that she knew what she was doing was wrong, but the depression drove her to badger me and pick fights with me and crave more from me no matter how much I gave. I thought, she's working to fix it. Why can't I? So we get back together. It's been a year and a half of sex and cuddling and dates and movie nights and planning our future. Couple stuff. This is important because she mentions it later. Now to Labor Day. She had left Sunday night to go to Houston, like she usually has been. Her last words to me before I left were, "I'm almost done." She knows I've been frustrated with how much time she's spending away. The plan was that she would get a sweet job, we could move to San Francisco, and I could quit my job or work remotely, and she could take care of me because I have quite literally been taking care of her for 6 years. I kept calling myself her future stay-at-home boyfriend. I was obviously planning to get my own job, but I digress. She asked me to walk her to her car. She puckered up for a kiss, then left. The next day is Labor Day. I texted her asking if she had class today, and no reply. I then sent her a Reddit link that was of a hedgehog yawning, because she always wanted a hedgehog. Then a couple hours later, I get this message. "Hey, I am in love with someone else. I need to keep yours and my relationship strictly business, the loan stuff. If you need to talk about it, we will. In person only, please, but not today." It was hard to describe, but my heart imploded when I read that. 6 years, all the ups and downs, all the time she told me I was the only one who she could ever rely on. And all I get is a text? I called her. She didn't pick up. I texted back, "What the duck?" She said, "Or we can talk about it over text." I said, "What are you talking about? Is this serious?" She said, "It is." I said, "Who is it?" She said his name, and after a quick Google search, it turns out to be a guy in her class. The class I told her to take, the one I paid for. Then I asked, "Have you been sleeping with him?" She said, "Of course." Not going to lie, this one hurts. Of course. Like, duh. It's the simplest thing in the world. I said, "I don't even know what to say. How could you?" I then told her to come and get all her stuff out of my house and that it would be in the yard. She said, "We broke up over a year and a half ago. How could I what?" I said, "This is kind of bullcrap to do over text." She said, "It's not bullcrap. I'm coming to get my stuff." Well, Reddit, she never got her stuff. It's sitting in my garage. She's supposed to stop by after class today to get it. I called her several times during this. She refused to answer. Stopped answering my texts after that. I assume this has been going on since summer. I'm disgusted. I'm angry. I feel played and used for free money and free housing and free food and free prescriptions. I have a text from last Tuesday, 6 days prior, where she said, "Ew, I love you, I miss you." Last Thursday, 4 days earlier, I have a text where she said, "Hi, hi, 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 hi," like she was excited to see me and talk to me. Then Monday, this crap. I sent her an email telling her I wanted off the loan. I wanted my $2,500 back for class and to get all her stuff out. She said she was coming today to get her stuff. She's working on the loan. She'll pay me back as soon as she can. Reddit, I don't know what to do. I'm angry. I'm mourning the loss of my relationship. I came to a realization that the person I knew and fell in love with is gone. She was replaced by this monster. She saw an opportunity at a better life and she took it. She'll get a new life with a new boyfriend, with a sweet job, and move into a beautiful place. And it was all courtesy of my bank account. My friends have been super supportive during this, telling me that they don't even know who this person is that could do this stuff. That they thought she was being really weird the last time they've seen her. She was a completely different person now. I'm sorry if this is a little rambling. My ultimate question is, am I missing something? Am I crazy? My friends are in shock about how messed up this is. They've been asking their friends who don't know either of us. They think it's unbelievable. Yet it's happening to me right now. Is there a side of this I can't see because I'm too close? Her texts are so nonchalant, invalidating and negating the last year and a half, pretending like it didn't happen. Like we weren't together. She was living at my house. We slept in the same bed. Of course, she's sleeping with him. Like, what else would I expect? That I don't deserve a face-to-face conversation about any of this? Or even a phone call? Some advice on my options with the loan and money stuff is always welcome. Edit. Hi all. Things got crazy. Some weird crap happened. I am so drained. I'm going to post an update tomorrow. I did read all the things you guys posted. Some made me laugh. Some made me sad. I'll just say the power of Reddit is immense. The support is awesome. The suggestions were on point. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Now let's listen to some comments on this part from our Reddit listeners. Comment 1. I'd blow up her little world and tell the dude she has been cheating on both of you. I bet you she lied and told him you were an ex. She probably fabricated this whole story about you and her. I would tell him the truth for sure, and then she will come back to you after he finds out what's really been going on and rejects her. The money you gave her is pretty much gone. No way she will repay you. You're kind of screwed on the loan cosign. I'd consult a lawyer about that for sure. OP reply. I also thought maybe she didn't let him in on this whole thing and he thinks I'm a crazy ex. But the dude is a ghost. His social profile has no pictures, and they haven't been updated in months. No Facebook specifically. Comment 2. Short answer is you dated a psychopath and an absolute scumbag. Find this guy and tell him your side. He probably has very little idea of what's been happening, especially with her saying how could she what? She broke up a year and a half ago. Sounds like he found out something and she's trying to make it look like she's only been living with you. That would explain why she only wanted to discuss it in person. OP reply. So I've gotten some sentiment of cut all ties and also enter into an agreement with her to get my money back. My experience with her thus far in life has been that she would be good on her word for money, but now it seems her word isn't worth much. At the end of the day, my parents are my rock and told me not to worry about money. If I could just give her stuff back, walk away from the $2,500 and cut contact with her. Shouldn't I just do that? My worst case scenario is I have to pay the $15,000, which I could do and probably sue her for it. But it's in her best interest to pay the money back too, right? I guess I'm wondering if you guys think it's more important to get my money back or get the duck out. Keep in mind that the $2,500 is not insequential, that I put most of that on a credit card for her. I have about $5,000 racked up from all the expenses for her from the summer, and I kind of get paid like crap. But I suppose a lesson like this is priceless.